Hi Sagittarius, this is your latest money read. These are the cards that flipped out for you. Sagittarius, we're getting a beautiful shakeup, a beautiful outcome that comes from this shakeup, that comes from this upheaval, if you will. And it's a very necessary one. I think it's one that you had hoped for and anticipated. So let's get into it. So we're starting off here actually with the Tower. Surprise! And this is not a bad Tower read. I'll go ahead and let you know so you don't have to be afraid or don't get nervous. This actually ends up so amazing. So we're starting off here with the Tower. And as you can see, the Tower is the crumbling of an institution that no longer serves you, no longer assists you, no longer helps you. This can also speak to an old way of thinking, okay? A change in perspective, a very huge shift in perspective. Say, for example, you were led to believe a certain thing about a culture your whole life. And I'm just throwing this out there. Let's say you grew up in a traditional small town and you were led to believe a certain thing about another whole culture. And you go out into the world, maybe you take a trip or something, and you find out that everything you've been taught was incorrect, okay? And it's almost like, oh my goodness, I have to return to these people and explain to these people who are my elders possibly that they were wrong. You know, how do I do that? And it gives you this whole different perspective where what you were brought up to believe, for example, and again, this is just an analogy, is something, it's totally different. So I'm getting that sort of energy, and I'm getting that with the workplace. Whereas you believed that this workplace was going to be your end-all, be-all. You believed this career path was going to get you where you needed to be, or that one particular job was going to be what you retired with. And something happens. Maybe there's layoffs. Maybe you find out that they're embezzling money or some silliness like that. Maybe you find out that there's management in charge that you really just aren't in tune with. You don't really like where they're coming from. And I feel like this is the ultimate setting you free. You don't fall from this tower. You fly. Okay? You fly out of this. And there's this really beautiful energy when you do that. Now, in doing that here is your victory. All right? We have the Six of Wands. You are going to be celebrated. And it takes you shifting this perspective or shifting out of this energy to win. You can't win when you're stuck and confined in this institution. You know, it's very difficult to see out the windows. The windows are small. You find out that this place had given you limits where you did not need limits. You didn't need to be limited. And once you realize that, it's like this aha moment, this enlightening moment. And there you are, free from the building and the structures and the concrete. You're back out into your element and you are thriving. And with that, of course, clarified by the King of Swords, this is a just king. This is someone who's no nonsense. He'll cut out the BS, okay? Cut, cut, cut. There you go. Cut those cords and stand firm on your throne because you know you are rising. You are elevating from this, okay? This is also a very articulate king. This is an intellectual king. And finalizing here, we have the Emperor. And this is you just absolutely like kicking it. You know, like this guy looks like somebody I would love to talk to. He owns this energy here. This is a man of wealth and power and knowledge and structure, and he's the whole shebang, right? But he's also very relatable. This is someone, if you look at him, doesn't he look like the kind of person who could tell you some amazing stories about his life and who could educate? I really feel like you are stepping up your game. This is very prosperous. This is very beautiful, and I am excited for you, Sag. All right, my loves, I hope this helps. Till next time, over and out.